Well, looks like I am back in business after another 2 weeks of being off the grid. I was looking forward to being available or plan the launch of this and Bulletstorm, but no, didn't happen. So luckily, I was able to get the game and the bundle all in one instead of having to buy them twice. So I'm happy with that. It's gonna be uglier than my baby over there. I miss you, but I'm not gonna. Just can't keep fixing and fixing and fixing. So this bad boy here, courtesy of my job at work, I was able to essentially not pay it. I paid $35. The other $300 they paid. So this only does everything except PS2 games. So I have to buy PS2 since my backwards compatibility is gone. It only does everything. It better not die on me again, you motherfuck. You fuck. You're stupid. You're fuck. Anyway, all of you guys have seen, you know what's in a PS3 unboxing, so this is just gonna be like, So up and running. Look forward to seeing you guys online soon. If I don't see you, Six Nation, we have a bunch of people, like a lot of people on Killzone 3 subsection are playing it up. There's actually some really cool tutorials I think Azira has put up for people, you know, who are still asking the question, which class do you want to start with and go with. She's actually has some really good rundowns as to positives and all the cool stuff about it. So yeah, that's, you know, go for it and check it out. And while you're doing that, it's time for me to get on the single player of this bad boy, and I look forward to playing with you guys. Well, it is the final farewell. It's interesting that this guy here, so shiny. You sexy! I got this with tax refund money in 2008. And I paid $550 for it. And essentially right around tax season, right around similar time, 2011, so it's been pretty much exactly 3 years. I'm now switching to this. Not because I want to, but because I don't have to keep paying $150 every time this guy dies just to get it fixed again. And I just don't have the time, and the guy who fixes it is too far out. And a lot of people are going to say, well, do it yourself. And I think, you know, I'll tinker with it. But as soon as the guy comes to help me get my Uncharted disc out so I can play it again, I'm probably just going to keep it as a decoration. I learned with my old consoles, if you watch one of my previous videos when I was uncovering everything, I'd love to keep this. Just posterity. When I, you know, get free, and I'd like to have a room in my house dedicated to games. Kind of like Angry Video Game Nerd. I won't necessarily play them all the time, but like I want to have like some of the old consoles I started with, like the Intellivision and my Atari 20, like the mini Atari and all of that. So I'm gonna keep it for posterity because I still have my tank PS2 under there. Still works. Still works. I only used it to play Guitar Hero nowadays, but things I'm gonna miss. Switching over to this guy here, which is definitely lighter. But I just don't like it. Give me the shiny. Shiny, shiny. Fuck, I'm like a girl. It's shiny, I like it, yay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Ladies, please do not hate mail me. I'm sorry, don't smack me around. I apologize. This is gonna suck too, because whenever you want to put it inside, you could twist that to match. There's nothing here you can twist. You can't twist that. Damn it. Little cool things like that. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did use these. I used my micro SD. I did use the Pro. That CPU one was a little bit big. I used that. And you saw me bugging my buddy Mass about the 4 USB ports. I'd use that. One for a keyboard. I was going to get a keyboard for it. And then 2 for 2 chargers for the DualShock 3s. So I did use all this extra stuff. I also love the fact it was just touch sensitive. Just touch. And away you go. Touch. It's like he likes being tickled. Okay, that's kind of gay, sorry. So I'm gonna miss that. With this one, you just kind of, you know, it's got a click. You know, it doesn't seem as futuristic as, you know, a touch type thing, you know. So I'm gonna miss that. The good thing is this will be quieter, I suppose, but the noise never bothered me. It didn't bug me at all. I was too busy listening to surround sound. So the other thing I found out is, and tell me if this makes sense, please. is that Sony provides with a transfer data utility tool, which is awesome. And on the box, here, have a look. There's another video clip. I'll put it in with this one. Look. Transfer data to a replacement PS3 system. Do you think they've done this before? Do you think they've done it before? You know how I know? Because look at that. That right there looks like that right there. And it transfers to that right there. That is not that. So, there's a trend here. Thankfully, this should be my last one until I get a PS4 or whatever is coming out down the road. I just find that humorous. So you see what I mean, right? So it does the you can transfer it, but here's the key points of the transfer. Is that this has to still work for the transfer to be available to you. Now, riddle me this. Now, I know there's some people who did this, but the majority of people who got their launch PS3s or their 80 gigs who still had the backwards compatibility, how many of them willingly switched to this guy? How many? I'm willing to say at least, at the lowest, 85% stayed with this. A high point, easy 95% in my opinion. Now, there's no fact there, but from what I would think, I would say people would stick with their original. Because of the backwards compatibility and the other stuff that we paid extra for. We paid extra. Now, for bastards and poor pricks like me, who have this where it won't turn on, how in the blue fuck am I supposed to get my encrypted data from here to here? How? Telepathy? Are they going to magically hypothesize and osmosisize each other? I don't think so. This might be futuristic touch shit, but it's not going to be like, I'm a PS3, ooh, I'm a PS3 too, hey, let's get together, let's have information sex. No. Just because this one's big and looks pregnant, it's not going to make that one pregnant with the same information. So this transfer data utility is for people who already have one of these and want one of these, which is the minority to begin with. Not that there's wrong with any of you who are in the minority. You're allowed to have your own likes. I'm not going to bitch at you because you like something different. That's totally okay. But for guys like me, who I feel, like I said, I feel, not a fact, I'm in the majority. The only reason I'm switching to this is because this one's broken. Which totally nullifies the details needed for the transfer data utility tool. If this doesn't work, you're fucked. And that's where I stand right now. Fucked. Hard. It's like there's a baseball bat and I'm sitting on it. It's not comfortable. Now the good news is all of my online data is still there, but I'm going to lose all my game saves. I'm going to be losing my DLC that I've had for Resistance, Uncharted, a couple other games that I have, some of my themes I paid for. I don't mind paying for them. I really don't. I'm a firm believer that if I like it, someone worked to make it and they deserve my money. I'm a firm believer of this. I'm not rich, but I'm also not a broke ass, and I also believe that people earn money. Even in a company that employs people who work on it, then they get the money through their paycheck. So it sucks that I'm going to lose all that shit. Thankfully, it wasn't that expensive to begin with. And at the end of the day, a lot of the DLC, I'm not going to be using as much anymore. I'm going to lose Bionic Commando Rearmed, Turtles in Time Reshelled, Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10, Super Street Fighter HD Turbo Remix, Extra Turbo, Alpha, Beta, Zeta, Omega version. I didn't play those too much anyhow, but I wanted to get some trophies on Mega Man 10. Well, in my PSN, maybe it says I still bought it. I don't know. No, because I have to redo everything, so all I'm paying for is a quieter machine that has a bigger hard drive that I could have got on my own anyway, with only 2 USB ports and stuff. So, rest in peace. I'll find a nice resting place for you. And here we go. I guess we're going to move on to this one and stuff. So, before I go, I'd like your opinion, please, What do you prefer? I want to see if we can't sell this once and for all because I can't reach the whole interwebs. What did you prefer? Did you get into the PlayStation game late and you weren't able to buy one of these? Or did you start with this and you still have it? Or did you start here and wanted to go here? And why? I'm curious. What would you like about the difference? Are you one of the people who were forced, like me, to move here? Or have you fixed it 20,000 times and refuse to go to this? Or are you happy here and you would never want to go back to that? I'm very curious. So why don't you go ahead and put your comments down low, or even better, share your views over at 6nation.com, where like I'm going to keep plugging it. People are like, what are you talking about all the time? Because bring a lot of gamers together that you wouldn't normally meet. I'm not talking about douchebags who are talking about your mom every time you play. Well, they might talk about your mom, but it's all in fun and you get to laugh at each other. Instead of the douchebags who actually are serious about wanting to do things that no person should. Alright? Somehow those people will bring your dog into the mix, and that's just wrong. So, let me know. Let your voice be heard either here on the channel or head over to 6Nation, by all means. Oh, fuck.